Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth, aka Prophet Howard. I don't expect people to think I'm a prophet because they don't even know what a prophet is. They barely read the Bible, yet alone knowing a prophet when they see one. And that's why they following people saying they prophets, just wearing foundation and mascara, so on and so forth. Gotta watch what I say. But on this one, I want to talk about why the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. We're going to talk about money on this. We're going to talk about money. Now, the poor watch too much news. They focus too much on gas prices, focusing too much on what's going on in Russia, when they should just be living their lives trying to improve their living conditions instead of just worry about what's going on in a whole nother country. See, that's people's problem too. The United States, our government really should scale back. They worried about what's going on in other countries. They should they should do some things, but we got enough going on in this country, So, but people worried about what's going on in the Ukraine. They want to keep having sex. They worry about that, trying to seek validation, want people to tell them how great they are, how big they are, how good they are. Women want people to tell them how moist they are and this, that, and that, instead of making money. Instead of focusing on building your personal corporation within the corporation of the United States. Maybe you'll get it later. So, in the process, and a lot of the elites, a lot of them, they know this. They know that, okay, I got to keep these people as customers. I'm not going to let them make me a customer. I need them to stay my customer. So they control the airwaves. They bombard us with advertisements, which I'm not one of them people that just don't like to buy things. Like I don't believe in, even on your climb to get wealthy, I don't believe in just not buying things. I believe you should be saving, but you should be enjoying too. Like you should be spending, you should be buying some of the things you want. I don't believe in that, like how Dave Ramsey, rice and bean. Yeah, you can eat rice and bean. You can cut back, but just make sure you're enjoying your money. Because you don't know how long or short your life is going to be. And I think it's extremely selfish for anybody to just keep having kids, but not doing anything to improve their situation. These guys, I talked about it last night, and particularly in Milwaukee on the northwest side, high crime, a lot of pregnancy, but not a lot of prosperity. Like, how is it that an all-black area, or almost all-black area, has nothing but foreign-owned businesses? You can't always just look, the government, that's them doing that. No, it's probably you doing it. And your neighbors, with their jealousy, with their foolishness, not knowing, hey, maybe we need to go down here and buy from such and such sometimes. Y'all making these people rich. And one of the reasons why the United States is not like far above people is they keep allowing people to get rich who gonna send their money to other countries. Now, it should be programs in place, more programs for American-owned business. It should. But we can't wait on them to do nothing. You gotta learn how to count, and I gotta learn how to count. We gotta learn, okay, let's pay this stuff off our credit so our score can go up. So the money that we save, we don't always have to use that. We got to start buying land. Now we might have to start buying, well, I done already bought a little crypto and invested in crypto. I sold most of it, but I need to get back to it. So the poor get poorer because they focus on the wrong thing. These people will spend more energy trying to fight than they will trying to work. Or more energy trying to get one going, if you know what I mean, than they will trying to work, trying to start a business. And a lot of these things just come down to simple mathematics. Simple mathematics. What do I mean by this? I'm gonna give you an example. If you save an average of $14 a day, $14, you don't even have to do it every day. That's what? That's $98 a week. You'll have $5,000 at the end of the year. You know what most poor people don't do? They start getting up there, they got a couple thousand. Let's take a trip. Oh, I got this. I'm not telling you to always gratify yourself. I think you should delay most gratification. Every now and then, the higher you get, spend some. But the poor spend everything they get. Like every year at tax time, I see guys and women get a new TV when they already got 5 in their house and the other one's working just fine. Oh, I got to get the new model. People only making, some of these people ain't even making $1,000 a month and got the iPhone 11. I mean, it's just little stuff like that. Then, like, yeah, I believe in wearing name brand. I mean, I got Nike, you know. Well, you can't see it because my coat's zipped up. But I'm not finna spend all my money on clothes. For what? For what? I you know, as far as looking clean, you know, I believe in being clean. Like, I know, being out here working like I do, it's not always an easy task, but I believe in being clean, you know, so on and so forth, but not to make myself broke trying to look clean. I saw a plot of land somewhere. I ain't gonna tell you where. You might try to go buy it. $3,000 for over 8,000 square feet of land. Now, a lot of people spend that on their cell phone or with that I-11. I don't know how much it costs, but I know it's pretty close to 3,000. I guarantee you it is. Even if it's 1,000, that's for 2,000 more. You can have a plot of land to give to your kids. You know what people give to their kids? A lot of time where I'm at, northwest side of Milwaukee, cussing them out. I need help with my homework. They never really paid attention in school, so they cussing their kids out. And I've seen this firsthand. So, these are some of the reasons, and many more, why the poor get poorer. It's a scheme, it's a game. They want you to, doom and gloom, the apocalypse is coming. So you don't go all out, the world finna end anyway. And then 10 years later, you got $10 in the bank. That's why the poor get poorer. Like, and then here's another thing. Okay. If your old friends, right? If your old friends ain't showing you no respect, no love, but yet they ain't doing nothing in their life, why you still dealing with them? Like, why you still dealing with them? Like, you know, I went through that stage. I don't got nothing against, I still got fondness. I grew up good, you know, in the 80s in Milwaukee. I got fond memories. But when I look at now, right, and some of these people from back then went to elementary school with, middle school, all that, funny act. Poor, yet funny act. Why bother with them? Y'all wasting y'all time trying to stay in towns and places full of crime just to be around those friends that ain't even friends no more. Those family that's not even family no more. They don't even barely talk to you or deal with you. And if they do, y'all getting into it because they running their mouth, talking slick out the mouth, and trying to talk about your kids, so on and so forth. Why bother? Why bother? Like, I mean, you in your 30s, even in your 20s, if you get this right in your 20s, when you get in your 30s, you're going to be well off. But you got to learn how, if you got kids, do everything you can to get them the easiest life. Like, if you got some of y'all might have to go back to college and finish to get a better job. Some of y'all need to start businesses. Some of y'all need to do both. Some of y'all need to get a second job. Stop thinking about stuff that you can't control and control what you can control. You can control how much money you got in your savings account. And unless you start thinking like the rich do, and I start thinking like the rich do, it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. We keep hearing about wars and all this stuff, but yet, if you look up the net worth of the elite and the people who ignore all that stuff, it's growing. It's growing. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of driving these secondhand cars. Like, yeah, my car's a 2018, but every time you look, I gotta take it to the shop for this, for that. And these guys don't even fix these cars. I need to deal with more upscale people. I need to start buying Lamborghinis where the mechanics in the shop actually have pride and dignity. More than likely not on harmful drugs. And if they are, it don't affect them to the point of not fixing my car. These guys don't even want to fix cars. If they don't like the way you look, they'll have fix your car and have you on the side of the road. That little weak poor people stuff. Poor people is funny acting. They don't be having friends. You invite them to their parties. Your parties, they don't come unless it's something that they want or somebody they after. These are a lot of the reasons why the poor are getting poorer. See, when you see inflation, when I see inflation, I'm supposed to be like, and you're supposed to be like, all right, how much do I need to make where this ain't a problem for me? How much do I need to make where these gas prices ain't a problem for me? That's what you need to do now. Simple mathematics. $14 a day, that's $5,000. $28 a day, that's over $10,000 a year. So what does this mean? This means that if you get your income up to where you're profiting $280 a day, that's $100,000. Okay. So that means that $2,800 a day is a little over $1 million. $2,800 a day, that breaks down to, if you work 10 hours, $280 per hour. That's a good restaurant. That's a good cleaning business. There's many ways you can get to $280 per hour. That's really not, when you think about it, if you're an ambitious person, that's really not a lot. So $2,800 a day is $1 million per year. Per year. And what do most of y'all do? You trying to push your kids into sports. What if they don't make it? Now you done spend all those hours trying to push them into sports, and then they don't make it. Those are hours you could have became a millionaire yourself and then still looked out for them. But people think that they can only make millions through music, through movies, and through rapping. Here's the thing. You're going to have to do a whole bunch of bull crap to go those roads. You look, this dude trying to see what this is poor people. He's angry. His mind isn't focused because he's probably worried about his bills. But anyway, let me just I'm gonna close this in a second. I want to talk about the rich before I do. Let me turn around. So I mentioned a lot of things. These are only some of the reasons why the poor are getting poorer. You settling for a job, this only gonna give you a 25-cent raise per year. 25 cents. That's what? If you working 40 hours, that's only $10 more. That's only $10 more. The price of everything is going up. So this means, okay, if you like your job, you want to keep your job, this means you need to find ways to make money on the side of that job. There's ways. If you figure out, like for instance, I'm not trying to get you to gamble. I don't believe gambling is a sin, and I know it's not. That's just that Christianity in these religions. You know, that's how you get more money. You start labeling stuff as sin, and then the money come to you instead of those things. Started back in the South a while back. But you get good with them numbers, that's money you could make right there. You say, well, what if you don't win? Okay, let me say, how much do you eat up eating stuff that you don't even need? You eating out of emotion. Candy bars, sodas. Do you smoke? If you smoke cigarettes, then you don't have no argument at all. Oh, well, you know, I don't gamble. But cigarettes, trust me, on a yearly basis, most of the people who smoke are spending more on those smokes than they are on those lottery tickets. So if you only getting a 25-cent raise, that's every week, that's an extra $10. That's an extra $40 per month. And you just got one income. You got all of your eggs in that one basket. You got one egg in a big basket with room for more eggs. And that's why people, I'm broke. They relatives call them, they scared to answer the phone, poor. And not saying that the rich always help people. You can't help everybody. But a lot of these people is talking like they rich, but they ain't. See, pride makes you think you rich when you actually poor. So that's only $40 a month from a job to give you a 25-cent raise. With everything going up. There's not a second job. I can go and clean a building on the side of a job and make more than $40 per month. Poor people watch too much TV. Poor people focus on feeling good too much. All of this costs money. Cable bills, phew. My cable bill is $266 a month. I'm not getting rid of it. So me knowing I'm not going to get rid of it, my cell phone bill is $148 per month. You say, well, you want to dissect my finances now? No, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, okay, this is how much my bills is. So I need to make sure I'm above that and save a lot. Nobody's going to be perfect with their money. But we got to get better if we poor. If you don't have, I would say, if you don't have an emergency fund, like if you don't have like 3,000, I would say, you're poor. Depending on your age, if you like a teenager, you like in your early 20s, you still got a lot of hope. Long as you don't get sick, long as you don't get killed. Or canceled, I should say. But if you in your 70s and you only got like 10,000, 15,000, you're poor. You're poor. You in your 70s, you're supposed to have $500,000 or $1 million. And then they die and you got GoFundMes. You're 65. You shouldn't have no GoFundMe. You should have a burial fund and you should have money to pass on to your grandkids. I think we talk about the poor a lot now. Let's talk about the rich. The rich get richer because they have income streams, for one. They invest. Some of them cheat. They cheat. They rig stuff sometimes. But everybody ain't even directly involved like that that's getting rich. Some people just, they in their 40s. They've been in their career 20 years. They've been saving their money. They've been saving $15,000 a year. They not rich, but they comfortable. You got $300,000 in a bank account. You're comfortable. And then you have other assets. But the rich get richer. The Mark Cubans of the world, Grant Cardones, yeah, they have attachments, networks, we'll just say that. But let's talk about the average rich person. The person that's getting there with no attachments. They just might own properties. They might own 5 single-family houses. They done had them 10 years. And the house is paid off and they still getting rent from them. And they just letting it pile up in the bank, using money as they need. I'm done with the hood stuff, man. I wasted. See, my mindset was so flawed in my 20s, early 20s, that it took me a long time to get out of that. It took me a long time to get out of that, blaming the white man, trying to spend my money like I'm a drug dealer, like just throwing it out there. All that, it took me years and years to get out of that mindset. And the rich, they're rich because they never been in that mindset. They're rich because their parents and their grandparents leave stuff for them, pay for college for them, leave them life insurance. And the riches just pass on and on and on. And then what do? They all do the same thing that they saw. Buy houses, buy land, buy real estate, start businesses, get degrees. They making $200,000 a year as doctors. You in your career, you done been a doctor 20 years, you making $300,000 a year, and you a saver and an investor, you gonna be rich, basically. You gonna be rich. A lot of athletes fail because they don't learn what to do. But you gonna be rich if you do what the rich do. And it ain't gonna matter what's going on with Russia. Let's say they fight for 3 years, but it don't affect us. The rich, let's say they make 8 million, and they keep half of it, 4 million. Even if they just keep it like in savings accounts, don't invest nothing. That's 12 million that they'll have in those 3 years. That's $12 million. While that war was going on, when you got other people that's just focused on the war. And let's say they fighting for 3 years and it don't affect us. Like they don't drop no bombs on us. Stop having yourself in a position where the Democrats can make you poorer with high gas prices, higher taxes, which would always happen when they in there, both. Yeah, steady believing in them. Not saying you could always believe in Republican, because they'll try to make you poorer in their own ways. You got to stop believing in politics like that. You only vote based on the principles that you want to see. Like if you want to be a slave, you want the government to control everything, you vote Democrat. Me personally, I believe in capitalism. I believe in independence and freedom and free enterprise and pro-life and faith-based initiative. I believe in all of that. So what I believe ain't going to affect the people that don't agree with me in the same way as if they push their lifestyle on me. But I'm going to rise above it, because I'm going to do what the rich do. They getting richer for a reason. They know how to count. They know, okay, I got to put this up. If I put this up, it's going to increase to this amount. Poor people, I got to buy this. Rich people, I got to save this. You see the difference? You see the difference? Poor people get a $10,000 lawsuit. Spend the whole $10,000. Rich people, there's some rich people that probably put their stimulus in the bank. You got to get to that position. And you got to surround yourself with people who think like you. Not people who scared to make moves. Not people who they gonna try to steal. Not people, funny acting people. Like, that's negativity. If you're not a pleasant person, like, it's different. Me, I'm the truth, man. I say some harsh things, but I'm really a pleasant person. If you know me, you know I ain't no troublemaker. So that negativity, that funny acting, half talking, holding grudges, not liking this person for trivial reason, all that's gonna bring the ore of your blessing down. And a lot of poor people, if you listen to them long enough, you know that they're extremely negative. The white man is the white man that. Well, you got to live with the white man. The white man got to live with you. What, you going to have a heart attack and die out of hatred? That's poor people stuff. Now, you got some rich people that think like this too. But you don't want to be, let's play out a scenario and close. Let's say the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. Let's say Lazarus was black. He might have been. And let's say the rich man was white. And let's say he didn't help Lazarus because he was racist. Where did it get him? Lazarus probably was positive in his situation. People probably wouldn't hire him because they probably was grossed out by his sores. But he kept a good attitude. He made it to heaven. The rich man probably, my Lamborghini, or whatever they was driving. And he just was agonized. And he's going to be that way forever and ever. So don't cheat the system of God to get money. Don't turn your back on God to get money. Trust me when I tell you, he will help you get it. He'll give you ideas that work. He'll show you to do something. You don't need to forfeit anything to get wealth. Don't do it. You better off, in that case, if it came down to that, you better off being poor than to forever be poor in spirit, in torment. We ain't even talking about getting rich that way. The rich are getting poorer in the spirit. The world is getting less and less godly. So along the way, I'm going to be getting closer and closer to God, but yet I'm going to have something down here. My kids and my grandkids going to have something. They're going to have something. And on that, I'm going to close. This is the truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix. No Matrix. No selling souls, doing all this goofy stuff. No simping. Your life ain't just about women. All subjects channel. Now, in this video, we were talking about money. Thanks for watching.